Hi, I'm Bryan Yourdon, CEO of Olympia Chimney Supply, and I'm here with Will Kozlansky, our founder. We're excited to announce the acquisition of Copperfield by Olympia Chimney Supply. Will, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Brian. Thanks for asking. It's a very exciting day for me.
Very psyched about the opportunities we have moving forward. And Will, we've spent a lot of time talking about Copperfield and the brand and its history and what it means from an acquisition standpoint. What are some of your thoughts about how influential Copperfield has been?
First, Brian, I'm so flattered and humbled and excited that this day ever came. Copperfield has meant a great deal to me, and let me tell you a little reason why, a little history. I, at one time, was a chimney sweep for 15 years, and I used Copperfield as my #1 supplier. I read all the chimney chatters. I listened to all the talking newsletters. I got that note in the mailbox once a week on business tips, and I read them all. And I thanked who we affectionately call Sooty Bob. I thanked him personally several times for really helping me in business and helping me have a successful business. So really, when we developed Olympia, honestly, we patterned a lot of things that we did in Olympia from the way Copperfield did. They set the pattern. So for this day to come, it's a very exciting day.
You mentioned you had patterned several things after Copperfield. What were a couple of those things that really made an impact here at Olympia?
I can mention two quick things. For instance, they had a same-day shipping attitude, and we brought that same attitude into our company. So if you ordered that day, basically, if it was by 3 o'clock, we shipped it that day. And that pattern came from Copperfield. The second thing was how well they educated their customers and helped them with all these business ideas. I loved that, and I knew it kept me connected to Copperfield, and that's exactly what we wanted to do. Therefore, we developed Olympia Academy, and we're trying to simply follow in their shoes with educating all of our customers, chimney sweeps, hearth companies, on good business building ideas.
So Will, when you founded the company, what were some of the guiding principles that drove the development of Olympia Chimney Supply?
Well, and back in 1999, when we started the company in a little garage with a 2-man operation, it grew into quickly a 225,000 square foot building that produced 1 million foot of liner annually. So really the same things that got us from the garage to the place we are today goes back to the tagline that we want to be a partner in the business to our customer. That's the tagline that we live by today.
So when you founded Olympia Chimney Supply in 1999, what are the goals that you had for the organization?
Well, naturally, to serve the chimney, hearth, and chimney sweep companies the way I wanted to be treated. For instance, I wanted quality products that fit together, and I wanted them on my doorstep the next day. Second, we wanted to create a place that had a family-like culture among our employees. We spent a lot of time here at work, and we knew that when we have a family-like culture, that we get along together, we have the same goals, that it's going to come out in the end as how we please our customer. And third, we came up with an internal tagline, making American homes safer through quality, venting, and chimney products. And when you think about it, we're here and we actually save lives. We save property damage. We make the American home a better place to live. So when you are helping the community that way, it also gives purpose to your work. So when you have that, it's almost like the wind behind your sails. You actually are involved with making American homes safer. And when you think about helping the community in that way, it just makes coming to work that much easier.
Absolutely, and that's one thing I really appreciated about Olympia Chimney Supply has been the mission that you created and the culture that exists here. Along those same lines, what are some of the things that make an Olympia Chimney Supply employee really successful?
Well, #1, of course, is that you just have the customer first attitude. So naturally, the customer needs to be the boss, is what we call it. They're the ones that sign the paychecks. They're the ones that are going to make us successful. So if we have that customer first attitude, that just says so much. Secondly, we need to have the humility and integrity that comes with serving our customer. So in order for us to work together as a family, we need to have big ears. We need to listen to one another. Once we start thinking that we're better than everyone else, naturally that's not going to go well for the rest of our family. So humility, integrity is something we really feel very important. That's important here in Olympia. The third thing is that we have that kind of work ethic to get it done. Naturally, if we didn't have a get it done attitude, if we had a lot of excuses of why we didn't get it done, the customer suffers. And again, going back, if the customer is the boss, we can't have that happen. So we have to have that get it done attitude and having that fine work ethic so that we please the boss, we please the customer.
Yeah, absolutely. And lastly, Will, I wanted to give you an opportunity for any message that you wanted to give the Copperfield employees on this what we would consider a monumental day in both of our organizations' history.
Can you imagine when we bring together manufacturing with distribution and bring it together? When we were competitors, we could only go so far, but now that we're doing it together, we can truly be the leaders in the venting industry across this country. And it also affords so many more opportunities that we could do together that we wouldn't have if we were separated. So this is a very exciting day. Simply put, Bryan, we are better together.